You know, in these last few days, what we're hearing when people talk about my campaign, some of my opponents, is not that my ideas are wrong, not that I'm focused on the wrong things, not that I don't have the capacity to get things done, but what they're arguing is, well, you know, it's kind of risky. He hasn't been in Washington long enough. We need to season him longer. We want to boil all the hope out of him. It's a roll of the dice. That's what they said. But you know what? The real gamble in this election is playing the same Washington game with the same Washington players and expecting a different result. If we keep on doing the same things over and over again, why would we think it would turn out differently? That's the risk we can't afford to take. Not this year. Not when the stakes are this high. In this election, it is time to turn the page. In 7 days, it is time to stand for change. That's why I'm running for president, and I hope that's why you're here tonight, because you are ready to stand for change. You know, this has been a message that we've been delivering since the beginning of our campaign. You notice our slogan hasn't really changed. We've been talking about change from the start. It was the message when we were down. It was the message when we were up. And it must be catching on, because I noticed in the last few weeks everybody's talking about change. You know, that's a good thing. They say that imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. And so I'm glad that everybody recognizes the need for us to promote change in this country. But we've got to ask ourselves, who can actually deliver change? Because some of my opponents who are arguing for change make arguments that don't quite make a lot of sense. For example, you can't argue that you should be elected because you are the master of the broken system in Washington that's not working for the American people, and yet offer yourself as the person best able to bring about change. I mean, if you've been there all these years and you haven't changed things, what's going to change? You can't fall in line with the conventional thinking on issues as profound as war and then offer yourself up as the one who's best prepared to lead this country in a new and better course. I mean, the truth is that you can have the right kind of experience and the wrong kind of experience. Mine is rooted in the real lives of real people, and it will bring real results if we just have the courage to change. I believe deeply in those words, but I have to admit those words are not originally mine. They were actually Bill Clinton's in 1991 and 1992, when Washington was making the same argument then, that he hadn't been in Washington long enough and he wasn't ready to lead. So my experience is rooted in the lives of real men and women.